Let's go across to Israel now, where Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that he is pausing the controversial judicial overhaul bill, saying that he wanted to give time to seek a compromise over the bill with his political opponents, further asserting on how he was not ready to divide the nation in half.
מתוך אחריות לאומית, מתוך הרצון למנוע את הקרע בעם, החלטתי להשהות בה"א את הקריאה השנייה והשלישית של החוק במושב הזה של הכנסת, כדי לתת זמן לנסות להגיע לאותה הסכמה רחבה לקראת החקיקה במהלך הכנסת הבאה.
The announcement was made after Israel saw one of its biggest protests in its history. Tens of thousands of Israelis demonstrated outside the parliament, and workers launched a nationwide strike in a dramatic escalation of the mass protest movement in the country. Meanwhile, immediately after Netanyahu's statement, the head of the country's largest trade union said that it would call off a general strike that threatened to grind Israel's economy to a complete halt. Netanyahu has decided to suspend the vote on the second and third readings of the law in this session of the Knesset until Parliament returns after the break for the Passover holiday and Independence Day next month. Now, his comments come days after he was sacked. He had sacked Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, who had called for a halt to the legislative process, citing national security concerns. As the Israeli Prime Minister made the announcement, huge crowds gathered in Tel Aviv and also Jerusalem, including a large counter-demonstration by right-wing supporters of the overhaul. Their presence further prompted fears of possible violence between the two sides, which resulted in the Israeli police using water cannons to disperse off the protesters. While Netanyahu and his supporters say that the plans would ensure a proper balance between the elected government and the judiciary, critics say that it would destroy the checks and balances which protect the Israeli democracy. The White House has further welcomed Netanyahu's pause on judicial reforms, further adding that the latest announcement comes as an opportunity to create additional time and space for compromise.
So we welcome this announcement as an opportunity to create additional time and space for compromise. Compromise is precisely what we have been calling for, and we continue to strongly urge Israeli leaders to find a compromise as soon as possible.
Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid has also said that his party is ready to start a genuine dialogue under certain conditions on the controversial judicial overhaul bill.
שמעתי את הצהרתו של ראש הממשלה נתניהו. אם החקיקה אכן תיעצר עצירה אמיתית ומוחלטת, אנחנו נכונים ללכת להידברות אצל נשיא המדינה.
ראש הממשלה הוא האחראי הראשון לקרע המסתמן בעם. אבל על כולנו, קואליציה ואופוזיציה, נושאים באחריות לאחות אותו. אין לאף אחד את הזכות להשתמט מהחובה הזו.
Now, despite Netanyahu pausing the bill, Israelis say that there is no victory at all, and Netanyahu is only taking a break in order to come back stronger.
It's no different than all his statements. First of all, it's pure lies, as usual. He's just taking a break in order to come back stronger and to let the people, to send the people home. And he's, as usual, identified the weaker chain guns, and he's trying to start talking with him. It's not going to do anything.
I'm not expecting anything from him. I'm expecting the other ministers in his government to break the coalition, so we will change the whole governmental situation in Israel. I have no expectation whatsoever from Bibi Netanyahu.
And for more on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Renana. Take a look.
Today's planned day of disruption won't go ahead, and I've seen messages from protest organisers telling people to get some rest today, but expecting that the Saturday night rallies will continue. Now, President Herzog has called on all parties to start immediate negotiations, and Benny Gantz has already pulled together his team of negotiators. Yair Lapid, the leader of the opposition, has been more cautious, but nonetheless welcomes the freeze. Prime Minister Netanyahu said that he hopes the legislation will pass by the summer, but through agreement. And as President Herzog said, if one side wins, the state will lose. So it looks like the legislation will be sought through consensus, and the coalition is staying united. This is Jodie Cohen for WION World as One.